Hi everyone, it's Heather from True North Spirit Medicine here. How you going? Today I'm going to do the energy reading for June 2022. I'm quite excited. I don't know why, again. But yeah, I'm excited about what's to come, so that's good. I actually drew 3 cards a minute ago. Usually I draw them with you watching, but for some reason I drew them just before. And today I'm using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid. This one kind of spoke to me today, so that's all good. And the artwork, she doesn't have it listed on the front, but it's inside the booklet. The artwork is by Jenna Della Gratalia. Sorry, Jenna, if I've just pronounced your name incorrectly. But yeah, I love the artwork and these cards. So I've got 3 cards, and I'll show them to you as we go along. But again, like they usually do with me lately, I'll start with the channeled information first and see why I'm so excited. That's kind of nice. Okay, so I'm just going to take a couple of breaths, retune in, and see what they've got to say for us this month. Hello everyone and welcome again. We have decided to change the greeting this month, just to mix it up a little. But be assured that you are again sitting here with us at this beautiful table in this beautiful place. And you are joined by the Council of Elders. We are honoured to have you here again. Know that you deserve to sit at this table with us, that your presence here is honoured greatly. You have earned this seat at your table. Be assured of this, for you would not be here, you would not be listening to us if it were otherwise. You must let those worries go, those small, seemingly small, 4-dimensional worries that you have about time, about place, about money, about relationships or health or balance, any of those kinds of worries that you have, deservedness. Please let them go. Allow them to wash over you like you would in your shower or under a beautiful waterfall. Let these worries wash over you and drain away into the loving arms of Gaia, and she will transmute them for you. There is that system of perfect balance that has now been activated since December 2019. The nodes and the nulls. They are a profound system of balancing on your planet, which will allow for the recalibration of anything that does not belong, anything that no longer belongs within your individual energy fields and within the energy field of the collective. So be assured that in the background, so to speak, there are great wheels in motion for you, for the whole of humanity, to assist with this uprising, this upswelling of energy that you are now within, the great shift as you know it. And once you have allowed for these worries to be released, to be transformed, it is like we see a spring for you, like a child's spring on a trampoline, which allows you to dip down a bit but then bounce much, much higher than you would if you were just dealing with your gravity. There is indeed a great leap forward here. And this month of June in particular has a great feeling of spring in the air. And while it may not be your climactic season of spring, wherever you are in the world, there is indeed the energy of springing forward and springing upward. We can feel this great upswelling of energy coming from beneath you, connecting to above, and likewise coming from above and connecting you beneath. Please allow for this support to enter into your energy field and to help you with these next days and months and weeks ahead. For you are in flight, dear ones. The great wings of the eagle or the bird are with you, lifting you up, holding your hand, inspiring you further. Keep your eye on the prize, as they say, remember. Keep your focused intent on the goals that you wish to achieve, both personally and collectively, both globally and universally. That peace that you carry in your heart and those dreams that stay alive in your chest are worthy goals indeed. And we are here to support you in the attainment of those goals. You may sit at this table with us whenever you wish. In your meditation, ask for it and it will be so. And we will come joyfully, lovingly, and swiftly to your side. We will speak to you again soon, in many different ways. Thank you for sitting with us today again. And so it is. That was pretty cool. It felt really nice and light and springy and sparkly, which is pretty cool. When I was getting dressed just before, I wanted to put, I don't know if you can see it, but I wanted to put some glitter on, which is a bit random for lunchtime on a Sunday. But there you go. I've got sparkles. And I've got a new cloth for my readings, and it's all sparkly too. So lots of sparkly energy. And it's interesting that they talked about that kind of spirally energy, because I'm not sure if I was going to write about it in the June newsletter or not. Maybe I hadn't decided. I can't remember. I've got some notes for it. But yeah, there was an encouragement and a message there for me to put this new information into the June newsletter. So that's interesting too. So yeah, sign up on my website, or you'll see it on my blog by the end of the week probably. I'm recording this on the 29th of May. There is a new moon tomorrow, and I thought I was going to wait for that, but in terms of geography and recording time and space and stuff, it was actually the right time for me to do it today. But yeah, the newsletter will be up within the first week of June. So you can see more about that spirally stuff there. Okay, the cards. Okay, so, and actually when I was shuffling these cards and asking for the best, clearest, loudest, most benevolent, loving messages for the people watching, these three jumped out at me. And sometimes that happens, when you're shuffling cards, you get one or two jumping out. And sometimes you look at them and you go, no, that's not relevant. That's just me being clumsy. And sometimes they're really relevant when they jump out of the pack at you like that. These three jumped out together, which I thought was interesting. Yeah, and they seemed to fit for what we're about to say, whatever that is. Okay, so the first one is actually my favorite card in the deck. I saw someone else reading with these cards and they had this card, and that's what made me fall in love with the artwork and buy the deck actually. And the card says Fork in the Road, and it's got a picture of like a llama with an owl on its back and a monkey and some signposts and some bunting. Gotta love bunting. And yeah, it's like a lovely kind of foresty setting with a beautiful kind of golden light in the background. Fork in the road. I'm using my phone again to film this, and it just fell off the stand. That's why there's a pause in this video or an edited bit. Yeah, but I've got the front facing camera this time because it's a bit easier to see for things like this. So fork in the road. Choices, 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 choices. That's what they're saying. Choices, 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 choices. It's quite hard to say on repeat. And they're showing me literally a fork in the road. But it doesn't just have, there's not just a forking of the road. It's like, you know, those big roundabouts that you see in some cities or whatever. It's got like lots of options, and they're saying it's very definitely a spiral in the center, and they're saying that's connected to the next card. That's interesting. Be wise and mindful of your choices right now is the main message for that card. And it's interesting, I've got my eyes open at the moment and I'm looking out the window. It's a lovely sunny day and the wind's just picked up, and they're saying don't be, or be aware of not being swayed by the winds of change is what they're saying. And the feeling with that, what they mean by that is other people's opinions or other popular opinions or cultural mores or things that actually don't align with you. Some of those things, you know, in your community or your family or your tribe or your culture might align with your personal insights and visions, and some of them don't. So the message here is to really stay aligned with yourself. Okay, what is that? Would bring us back to that kind of arrow, bullseye arrow analogy they used last month. What is it that you're aiming for? What is at the heart of that bullseye for you? You know, is it, health, wealth, happiness, new business, new baby, new location, new home, new business, new whatever? What is that you're birthing? What is it that you're bringing in that's new and shiny and lights you up from the inside? Stay focused on that. Okay, saying there's that really powerful upswelling of energy. It kind of feels like a beautiful wave coming behind us, to support us. The wind is at your back, the wind is at your back, the wind is at your back. Yeah, so this kind of lean into this support as well as what they're saying, and stay focused on that goal. Okay, regardless of what's happening around it, regardless of the rest of those rings of that bullseye, they sort of go out numerically. Stay focused on that. And they're showing me, some of those rings around that bullseye may contain other people's opinions, or may contain other people's judgments, or may contain, the social, cultural perceptions or expectations of what you should be doing with your time or with your life or whatever. So don't be swayed by those outer rings of influence, okay? Just go straight for the heart of it, straight for the heart of it. And the more that you can stay focused on that, the heart of that goal, the more support they can bring in, the more clarity of support they can bring in. And they're reminding us of that sort of metaphor or analogy or whatever it is that they often use, or when they're talking about manifesting. It's like if you go into a cafe or a restaurant and the waiter or the waitress comes to your table and says, what would you like for lunch? And you say blah, 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 and they go and get it and blah, blah, blah. Oh, sorry, lots of blah, blah, blahs in that sentence. But yeah, stay focused on what it is that you're ordering. Okay, bunny ears are back. Because then you'll get what you want, just like if you're in the restaurant or the cafe and the wait staff comes to your table and you say, I would like a cheese sandwich or a whatever it is, hamburger, I don't know, whatever. you'll get what you order, because that's what you've placed. If you go, oh, I think I want a cheese sandwich, or no, maybe I want a salad, or I think I feel like fish, or my body wants carrots, or whatever it is, it's very hard for them to bring you that order, because it's they're saying it's incomplete and it's unclear. Whereas if you say, I want a cheese sandwich, I don't know why I keep saying cheese sandwich. I'm not even eating cheese at the moment. It's kind of funny. Then it's much easier for them to go, right, this lady wants a cheese sandwich. We'll go to the kitchen and put the order in, and then she waits a minute, and then it arrives. Yeah, stay clear and focused. Stay clear and focused on your goal. And then back to that roundabout, the forks in the road, it makes those choices a lot easier. Does this, you can go down this way or that way or that way or that way. If you bring yourself back to that sort of central question of, does this align with that goal where I'm headed, or does it not? If it doesn't align with that goal, even if it's for now, and it could be a person or an opportunity or a idea or whatever, even if that for now doesn't align with this, this target, this goal that you want to manifest, then don't take that option. Go down a different pathway, go down a different alley. And okay, this one feels better today. I'll go down that road. Does that make sense? It doesn't mean you have to cut yourself off from, all of those people or places or things that don't 100% align with where you're headed. Sometimes it does, of course. But what they're talking about is, does it align with where you're headed in this moment? Does that make sense? Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, they're nodding, so yes. In the absence of a feedback loop here, then we have to say, go with them telling us that it's clear enough. Gosh, sorry. There's a lot here about allowing as well. I'm not sure if that's going to come up or that's what they want me to talk about between the cards. But yeah, they're saying yes. Allow yourself to be led. And they're pointing out the sparkles. Allow yourself to be led down the shiniest path. That's quite cute. Okay, this one's round and round. And when they all jumped out at me, the first card and what's the third card that I'll show you in a minute made sense, felt like they were right straight away. And this one I was a bit unsure of. So I looked up the meaning in the book, and then it made sense. So this is number 25, round and round. And it's got a really beautiful picture of they're called nautilus shells, like a really spirally shell. And they were saying that's what they were pointing out when they were talking about the roundabout. Isn't that artwork lovely? And the colours, well, sort of pale blue and turquoise and pinks. They're pointing out the sparkles in the card as well. Round and round. There's a face in the middle. It's quite lovely. And the reason I wasn't sure about this card, because it sat next to the fork in the road, and I was like, well, that makes sense. There's decisions and choices coming up. And this one, when I first looked at it, I thought, oh, well, it's kind of saying the same thing, like round and round and round. But in the book, what it was saying was, if you come to the same place in your pathway, or come across the same people or the same lessons or the same situations, and you're like, oh God, not this again. I thought I'd learnt that lesson. I thought I'd overcome that fear. I thought I'd, been there, done that. And what this card is inviting you to do is to look at it not as a circle, just going round and round and round and round ad infinitum, but as a spiral, that each time you come around, it goes up. And it goes up and it goes up. And that's what's in the middle of this roundabout of choices. Yeah, remember I said they referring to the second card when I was talking about the first card. This is it. It's quite beautiful. So if you can imagine like a big roundabout with lots of avenues or roads off it or whatever, but instead of just being a circle in the middle of the roundabout, it's actually this beautiful spiral that goes up and up and up and up and up, full of sparkles. And again, back to the spirals. Spirals are really important. I'm going to have to write about it in the June newsletter. So they're saying don't despair don't be despairing in your heart. If you are working towards these new goals and you're coming up against things which look familiar but not in a good way, you know, or that feel familiar and not in a good way, as in, I've been here before and here's this roadblock again, or here's this, you know, fear that's come up that I thought I'd overcome, or whatever. They're saying stay in that eagle's perch. They said something in the beginning channel about the eagle wings. They're short because they're on camera. Really, they're out here. But the frame's only this big. Sorry. That's funny. Yeah, these big, beautiful soaring eagle wings. They're showing me the is it thermodynamics of flight. So how the air scoops up under the wing and lifts the bird or the plane, or in this case it's a bird, lifts it up. And they're saying allow us. Oh, that's cute. Allow us to be your updraft. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, I love that. I've never heard them say that before. And they're inviting us to just literally take a moment right now, take a few breaths, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just breathe. Close your eyes if you can, and just feel that. Feel that support. Allow us to be your updraft. Oh, that's lovely. We are here to hold you up. We are here to lift you up. That is our job, and we do it gladly and with so much love, so much respect and so much honor for where you are in your life and the things that you are travailing through, traveling through. Allow us to hold your hand. Allow us to be the breath beneath your wings. And together we can help you to soar higher than you could on your own. It is beautiful, it is safe, it is loving, it is powerful, it is profound, and it is for you. Nice. That's quite cool. I love it when they drop the sort of extra little messages in along the way. It's very sweet. But yeah, that's really powerful. I've never heard them say that before. I really like it. Now I've got that. I don't know if it was Bette Midler originally, but that song, The Wind Beneath Your Wings. I'm not going to sing it. But you know, you are the wind beneath my wings. That's really nice. Okay, last card. Third card, Treasure Island. And it's the same colours. It's the same colours. They match the previous card. So again, there's beautiful kind of pale blues and turquoise, and there's gold stars in this one, and love hearts and stuff. And it's a turtle swimming in the ocean. Beautiful. I think it's a greenback turtle. I'm not sure. Loggerhead or something, and on its back, its body's above the water and its flippers are below the water, and on its back it has a little treasure chest and it's full of treasure. It's like gold, and there's a golden starfish and gold stars and hearts coming out of it up into the sky. It's quite lovely. Treasure Island. And this is one of these cards I haven't seen before yet. You know what I mean. Treasure Island. The lovely turtle with the treasure chest on its back. It's not focusing that well. Sorry about that. I did do trials with both the front and rear facing camera on this phone, and they tended to focus better and also make sure that the text was the right way around, which is quite clever, really. Hi. Yeah, I'll post a photograph of each of these cards on my Facebook and Instagram pages. So feel free to follow along there if you want to have a closer look at these cards. Yeah, I haven't seen this one before. It's quite lovely. And I have no idea what they're going to say. Let's see. Treasure Island. They're kind of laughing, going and pointing at that sort of, you know, the central target in your heart thing that we've been talking about. And they're kind of laughing, going, that's what this card represents. Hang on, I need some water. Water? Need some water, mate. Sometimes I'm such an Aussie. It's quite funny. Right, Treasure Island. Well, they're pointing out how the treasure chest, oh, that's the cat. The treasure chest is on the back of the turtle, and they're talking about that support that they've just been talking about. Hi, kitty. Sorry. I don't know. I can hear it meowing, but it'll be all right. We've only got a few minutes to go. The cat can wait. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the support. Yeah. So they're pointing out how the treasure chest, you know, so that's representing your kind of the goal in your heart that you want to manifest, whatever that goal is, and how much support it is. And they're pointing out how big the turtle is in relation to the treasure chest. So the treasure chest is, you know, maybe a third of the size of the turtle's back. In other words, it's a lot smaller than the actual turtle. So even though your goal, this you know, ideal, peace on earth, or a new whatever list of things you could list that people want to bring into their lives, might feel really big to you, and it is, and it should be, because that's what you're, you know, gunning for. In relation to the level of support that's available, it's quite small. Does that make sense? So don't feel that your goal or your dream or your ideal, peace on earth, or whatever it is too big. Okay, that's the main message of this card. Nothing is too big for them to handle. Their hands are bigger than ours. Their wings are bigger than ours. Their turtles are bigger than ours. Like, and they're laughing because they don't really have hands or wings or turtles. They think that's really funny. But the support, you know, the support is there. So much support. And they're saying something about the wind. It's almost like they're saying, like, something about trying to harness the wind. You'll never run out of wind. But I'm like, but there's days when it's not windy. So if you're trying to fly a kite or run a windmill or, you know, whatever it is, and some days there's no wind, and they're saying, but there's never no wind. Like if you look at the planet as a whole, there's always wind. There's always movement in the air, just like there's always movement in water. So you can't run out of wind and you can't run out of water ever on the planet. They're saying it's part of those elements are part of the integral systems of Gaia, and you can never run out. Just like you can never run out of support. Okay? Strange way to get to the point, but it makes sense. It's quite windy here today now. I think that's why they're using that as the metaphor or whatever. They're saying, don't be shy. We're nearly finished, but they're saying, don't be shy. Don't be shy in asking for your heart's desire. Don't be too shy to step up or stand up or set that boundary, or, you know, draw a little picture of what you want and stick it on your fridge to help with your manifesting skills, or your manifesting focus, I should say. Because the clearer you are, just like in that restaurant, the clearer you are on what you want, the easier and faster it can come to you. And the support is infinite. The support is infinite. We have your back, is what they're saying. We always have your back. We always have you in our heart. And we are always, always, always the wind beneath your wings. And that's quite lovely. I might leave it there on that note. That's quite nice, and I can let the cat in. She's just wants some lunch. Okay, thank you. Yeah, that was fun. And I understand the sparkly excitement before I started now. Yeah, lots of support, lots of love, lots of help with the goal setting as well. Like if you're unsure about your direction, you know, in that big roundabout, they're saying ask us for help with that as well. If you don't have a clear goal in mind, and we've been sort of talking about particularly focused goals for the last couple of months, ask them for help. Show me, remember, show me. Dear universe, show me the best steps to take. Show me the next goal to follow. Like show me, show me, show me. It's a great open-ended question to ask, because it really invites them in and allows them to come in and support you in the way that best suits you at this time. But yeah, so much support. And a fun month, a lighter month coming up. Last month, May, was quite heavy. Heavy, tricky, lots going on, lots of letting go, lots of allowing what is instead of what you'd like it to be. And sometimes those things are the same and sometimes they're different. And June feels a lot lighter, a lot springier. Yeah, it's quite cool. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thanks for spending time with me again. That's always nice. Remember to like the video if you liked it, because that helps the algorithms show it to more people. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the little bell notification button to make sure you get updates when I release a new video. You can sign up to the newsletter if you want to, or join the blog. Join's not the right word, but you know what I mean. And I'm on Facebook and Instagram as well under True North Spirit Medicine. Yeah, that's all the marketing stuff I'm supposed to say at the end of the video, I think. Okay, cool. Thanks again, and I'll see you next month. Bye.